What's up, guys? I'm gonna do a cast of the legendary Bumhunt Karak Duo Q. Been stomping Duo Q all through Platinum, and thought I would show you how we do it and talk a little bit how I play Fiddlesticks. So you'll notice this Fiddlesticks. I kind of get out this one a little late. I buy a green ward, a pink ward, my machete obviously, and a yellow trinket. I'll walk right to here, and I'll put a ward in right there. Reason I do this is so I can make sure I don't get invaded. I can see who's over here. Usually the jungler shows himself, which he does in just a second. What I used to do is put this here so I could see that no ward goes in here, and then I put my pink ward in here. But as my elo's gotten higher, I've not gotten away with putting the pink ward in here on blue side. I can get away with it on red side, but not on blue side. So what I'll do here is I'll put a pink ward right here, and then about 125 I'll put a green ward here, and then I'll come over here and start blue. Reason I do this is it makes me really safe from invade. There's no way for Lee to invade me without me seeing it. And this pink ward will last a really long time. Sometimes it lasts the whole game. Provides me great protection in my red. It really provides my bot lane really good protection from ganks, because usually bot lane's ward here, so jungles will come through here. And a lot of times I may not even walk through this bush, and so it catches them. I usually ask for no leash on Fiddlesticks, because I don't think it's really necessary. And I think it's really important for your top laner. Now, it's nice that he comes by here and we see that he checks this. So his top laner doesn't cheese me. But your top laner doesn't get beat to 2 and die right away. So I think I'm going to go over the basic mechanics of how I clear, see if there's anything I can improve. But I smite on the front end, I drain on the big monster. I auto-attack the big creep the whole time, usually dragging this bush so I can't like sit here and smite if there's a ward here. And then with this, it should come down to 1 auto attack at the end when the drain ends, every time. Then you auto attack 1 small minion, and then you'll drain the big minion when it comes up again. Just like that. So what I usually do is I'll speed this up a little bit now. You'll see that my top laner died, and I'll talk about that in a second. I do the white, usually use smite, then I go right to the wolves. Here, just everything on the big wolf. It should kill all of the E should kill the 2 small wolves except 1 auto attack. As I can do this all with confidence because I can see my red. Now, if he were to take my red, I really don't want to contest it. Even though my bot lane's pushed, I don't really want to rely on people in solo queue to come down. So I would just, by the time he was taking my red, I would either be here or here, and I would see it, and I would just go take his red. So I take Raze. We see Lee here. This is a bad gank. I really don't know what he's doing. I know he's here. We've seen him on this pink ward. And this is Bumhunt, by the way, playing Scion. So he sees him. And so a gank doesn't accomplish much, really wastes Lee Sin's time. Takes pressure off the bot lane. They see him mid. Bot lane, you can sit here and push it up and hurt them all day. And it's a really big deal because bot lane is using the knowledge of that pressure to do a lot of damage. You have a Morgana Caitlyn against a Thresh Sivir. They're just going to bully the heck out of them early if they're not afraid of the jungler. Because the Morgana really counters anything the Thresh can do, and Sivir's weak early, and Caitlyn's obviously really strong early. So usually I do a full clear, get force. Sometimes I just back here. I choose not to back here, and I walk down to the bottom lane. I don't know if this is so good. I forget if I get anything here. But I come down here because I want to see if I can jump up. Sometimes the lane will push, if I see if I can jump up and get a gank, but that didn't happen. So I wasted time. It's a really poor play by me to go down there. They didn't see me, thankfully, so it's not that big of a deal. But so I'm going to come over here and take the race. You'll see that Renekton died to another gank up here. I want to talk about what the Renekton is doing. He's obviously in huge trouble. The Yasuo, thankfully, didn't get the second kill. Lee Sin's taking kills is always, I don't think, a good thing for the team that has the Lee Sin. But the Renekton buys a second Doran's Blade. When you're behind, even when you're not behind your Renekton, buy a second Doran's Blade. If he doesn't build Doran's Blades, then you're kind of even in the lane. This is a... Bumhunt and I are trying to gank here. He flashes stuns, I flash stun, red buff, silence, drain. I was actually like 1 drain tick from killing her. It was unfortunate, but it probably wasn't the best gank in the world. But that was really close to getting her. But we burned 2 flashes for it, and we got 1 flash out of her. It's it's not even going to force her out of lane, but it does force Lee to come in and protect her. Again, there's no pressure down here because Lee Sin's sitting in mid. And keeping pressure off the mat with Lee Sin roaming around is just, our bot lane's dominating, and it's a really good thing. So I come over here. I'm going to go and gank top. He has 2 Doran's Blade. Yeah, he's really far behind. But I still think this is a gankable lane right now. So I come up here. He's going to overextend. Renekton does a good job of baiting him into it. Brecken's going to E over. Stun him. I'm going to drop a ward over here. Fear, silence, and then drain. And with the reignite the drain, it's more than enough to get him. I think I'll leave Renekton to farm the lane on his own. So that really helps get Renekton back in the game. He can still hang in lane, and you'll see with his what he does with this money, I think is really smart. Because Yasuo is still kind of ahead of him, and he's got a Zeal completed already, so he's going to do a lot of damage. So after that, I decided to come down here and take the white. Check mid. You can see Bumhunt and the Orianna are rolling kind of even right now. He's had a lot of pressure from Lee Sin, so he hasn't really had an opportunity to get ahead in the lane, but the fact that he's just even with Lee Sin being mid a lot, again, is really good, because you can see that the bottom lane is winning. I think they almost kill them. I don't know, didn't happen yet. Bot lane's winning 17 to 38 CS. That's like being up a kill plus. So that's really good for the bot lane. So I'm going to back here. On my first buy, I believe I get a Spirit Stone and an Amp Tone. Some people buy the whatever that item is with the CD or the Fiendish Codex. I don't like doing that because the Spirit Stone lets me stay on the map with the mana regen for a really long time. So right now I'm looking around the map. It's almost 7:21, which is when my blue is coming up, so I want to be topside for my blue. It's pretty important. I know Lee Sin's at his blue. Bot lane is probably aware of that. So what I want to do is take my blue, and because I do a full clear, I go here, 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 and then here. My red's not going to be up for a little bit, so I don't really have to worry about Lee Sin coming in and taking it if I gank top, which is what I'm about to do. So I'm 6. I want to gank top. I really don't... I really want to use my level 6 ult for bot lane, and I don't think my ult's necessary to gank this lane. Like, my ult would guarantee kill, but I'm pretty sure I'm getting a kill anyways. He's got full rage. I come up. He's overextended because he's got a minion wave. He ults on him. Fear. Silence. Really good play to come up in the bush here. Drain. This Renekton, I think, he gave out 2 Kuros early, but he did something really smart, and a lot of top laners don't do this. You'll see that he went back and bought a Chain Vest. So a lot of top laners, they're falling behind, they're getting camped, they're like, I'm just gonna go my same build as always. I'm gonna get my Tiamat. And if they're both building damage, then the Yasuo's always going to be ahead of him. But if Renekton builds tanky when he falls behind, he's going to be a real bully in lane still because he's high base damages, and it's going to be really hard for Yasuo to kill him or for him to get ganked. So we see Lee's coming in here. He's standing on a ward. This is his Q. Another bad gank. Down here we see, actually, I'm going to play this. This is not good what happens. You see Caitlyn overextends. She's about to get hooked, and she's going to die. Yeah, she pulls up right into the hook, and so we see a kill go down. That's not good. Still really far ahead, though, at 54 CS to 31, and I do think that Morgana gets out of here alive. So we can see in the mid lane, I don't know, he's going to roam down bot to see if he can pick up the 2 kills here. I'm not sure he's able to do that. Unfortunately, Orianna calls Amiya. They figure out that he's coming, and they get out. So I'm coming down 2 for support. One thing I like to do is Fiddlesticks is at level 7. It's really easy to sneak Dragon if it's not warded. And I know it's not warded right now, or I have a good idea that it's not warded, but the problem is that Lee Sin is in the area. I figure he's probably in the area. But I'm going to check it and see, because if he doesn't come, like say he's up here doing golems, then the Dragon's pretty free and they won't know it. And you'll be amazed at how often you get the free Dragon. Obviously we see Lee, so we have to back off, and I just go to my red. Orianna's going to get scared because they just saw me here. You see the warning pings, and they're afraid I might come up and gank her, but I choose not to do that. Her flash is down. I might have been able to pull off a gank there if I ulted her, but Lee Sin was coming, so I get my red. Again, we look up in top lane. Now he's armed with these 2 kills. Now he has, he's got boots, so he can dodge the skill shots. He's got a chain vest, and he's caught up in levels with those 2 ganks. So, yeah, you can ignore it. Like, top lane falls behind in 2 kills. Sometimes you want to ignore it. When you have someone like a Renekton that just has a natural power boost with his ult anyways, you can come up here. And if he's building tanky like he should, if he's being a moron and building damage, then, well, there's not much you can do for him, and he's going to lose the game for your team by being stubborn. But, yeah, so we have a fight going on down here. I'm coming down. I have flash up. I want to ult this. Unfortunately, these 2 back off, and I have to flash, but it's worth it to get the solo kill on Sivir. So I pick up the solo kill on Sivir. Sion's roaming down. If anything, Lee is now really low. Thresh has to back, and we're able to take the dragon. I don't really need Bumhunt here to take the dragon with me, but I was afraid that even a low Lee Sin might come in. Morgana could have helped me. So this is kind of a weird call. I asked Bumhunt to stay with me when we had Ori in mid. I don't think that was a good call on my part, because Bumhunt now misses this entire wave. It's really not good, and it wasn't necessary for him to be here, I don't think. I was scared of Lee, but I don't think I realized quite how low he was. Lee Sin really can't outduel a Fiddlesticks anyways, especially with his ult down, because he has nothing to interrupt Fiddlesticks' drain. So the game's going in our favor right now with a slight lead. Unfortunately, Bumhunt is pretty far behind in mid. He's had a couple roams that didn't accomplish anything, and he, not really his fault, but he had a couple roams that didn't accomplish anything. He had some pressure from Lee, and he came down and helped. I asked him to help me with the dragon when I shouldn't have, so he's a little bit behind Orianna. I mean, 20 CS is pretty significant. And Ori now has Chalice, so she's going to have decent MR. And Bumhunt is still in lane with just 2 Doran's rings, so I'm not sure he has a big kill threat on her right now. Yet again, Lee is roaming towards mid, but I think he decides to go top instead. So I back here. I buy a jungler item and a blasting wand. So you want to build Zonias right away. But if you have enough money for a blasting wand, I think it's... I saw Nikone do this, who's a challenger level fiddle player. This is a terrible gank, by the way. It's a Renekton with almost a completed Sunfire cape, who's level 9, who has his ult up, who has his E. You're never killing him. Even if he's extended the whole way up here, you're never ever going to kill him as Lee Sin. You're lucky if you don't die yourself in the middle of the gank. It's just a bad gank. He just backed, and now he has to back again because of that gank, and now his... You know, Renekton knows Lee is gone, takes off all kinds of pressure, and now his top laner's in trouble. Coming down here to bot, I'm trying to use my ults up in a second. Morgana gets a bind here on Thresh. Unfortunately, I don't think we get Sivir, but we do get Thresh. Fear, Silence, Drain, got him. So that's the power at Fiddlesticks right there, is that he can just lock someone down for so long. Again, we have Bumhunt missing some more CS here. He had to back. Tough time in mid lane, but it's okay, because the rest of the map's doing alright. He took a lot of pressure on himself, and he didn't die. It's really good. So I checked this. I just missed this ward with the sweeper, unfortunately. Someone told me there was a ward there, which is why I was looking for it. I see Lee Sin coming down. My bot lane is YOLO status, although the tower's almost dead. I have my ult up. This Caitlyn is... Caitlyn's not the best Caitlyn player in the world. Positioning's not as strong as it. Lee sees me coming up. If he were to come through and try and get that kill on Caitlyn, he has no ult. I could have feared him, silenced him, drained him, and he almost certainly would have died. Problem is, Caitlyn decides to recall right here. By the way, Renekton, again, using those kills, gets another kill top. So she's recalling here with no health and very little mana. It's just not smart. We know Orianna's missing, so she could be coming down. So again, Caitlyn tries to recall here. All she has to do is walk here. Like, is the extra second worth it? So I have to step up. I eat the Q. I get to figure, yeah, we're going to kill Lee, and that's good, but Caitlyn's going to die to Orianna, and I would have much rather just got out of there without a 1-for-1 giving a kill to Ori, although we did burn our ultimate. Although what is good is that Thresh came in, tried to get me, and he burned his flash. Bumhunt's coming up. I forget what happens here. Because they overstay, because the Thresh comes down and tries to make a play. I ult. Here's a problem. Here's what happens. You notice, we're even on voice chat together when we do this. I go for the Ori, and he goes for the Thresh. And this is really my fault, because the Thresh is a guaranteed kill if I move over here. But I think I don't have any mana, and sometimes I don't think about my mana cost. If I have Fear, if I have enough mana for a Fear and a Drain, I'm probably going to kill her. Especially if I have enough mana for a Fear, a Drain, and a Silence. She's definitely dead, but I don't. So what I should have done is, he's dealing the damage, he has full mana. I should have jumped on the champion he was on, rather than getting greedy and trying to get the Ori. The Ori has a Athene's, so she has good MR. I don't really have... I have my red Magic Pen Reds, but I don't have Sword Shoes or anything. So I should have just gone for the Thresh. So this actually is really bad. We don't get the Ori. I'm out of mana. I can't fear her. I use the Silence on her, but it doesn't matter. And she gets away. If my Flash were up, I might have waited for a fear, but I didn't. And so now we're kind of stuck in here. Although Morgana's here to help us out. And we have to leave. So that's bad. I burned my ult. I think... I don't even know what... I honestly don't even know what Bumhunt's ult is, or Cyan's ult is. And so then I get out of there. I think I decided to pick up Race on my way out. So we've got Morgana. Their bot lane roams mid. Our bot lane is pushed. Caitlyn, she pushes up here alone. I'm not sure why. Morgana comes mid. Now here's another... Oh, back up real quick. Lee Sin's coming in on my blue. I have it warded. So we see Lee Sin at it. I'm calling for help. I'm going to ping here. I'm going to ping here. It tells Cyan go here. Reacting go here. I go here. Lee is never getting out. He might ward jump over this way. Not going to happen. Can't ward jump back this way. He's going to die. Really greedy by Lee Sin. We have great vision. We saw him do it. And this is really bad because now Cyan's going to get the blue and the kill, and Renekton gets an assist. And that's really kind of puts Bumhunt right back in the game. He was not able to hang with Ori, I don't think, to that point. And now he's right back up there with her. He has a blue buff while she does too. He can now hang in lane with her. Meanwhile, Renekton's just crushing people up here. That's a good. You get a top lane with 2 kills like that. Even though he's behind now, he built intelligently. He's back in the game, and I don't ever have to come top again. And it just lets me sit everywhere else on the map. Because he built tanky, and that was the big thing. If he builds damage, I'm not sure how well this goes. But he's got a Sunfire Cape. He's really tanky. He's got 2 Doran's Blades. He's got a cloth armor. There's nothing he can really do here. So I'm coming back, and he's just going to keep pushing him in all day. I'm coming back in here. Did someone die? Yeah, see, Caitlyn's farming by her own all the way up here. She doesn't have wards, and he doesn't... I mean, even if she does have wards, Lee's just going to eat down. Caitlyn dies. Now, when Caitlyn died, here's what she said. She said, "Thank you, Morgana." Because clearly, split pushing the whole way up here alone with no wards is definitely Morgana's fault. Yeah, I hate people that do that. And so I come up here. They're going to sit right here. They have no vision of me. And we throw a surprise party. Lee Sin kicks me into Sivir. I decide not to go for Sivir. I decide to come up here and get the Lee. I think that was a good decision. Because I don't think my fear was on cooldown. If my fear wasn't on cooldown, I might have tried to kill her. But with spell shield and everything, I just didn't want to screw around with it. So I'm going to speed this up just a little bit. So now we've got Renekton, the big monster. He's in mid. He's got 4 kills. I think he took Yasuo down again. This Yasuo goes from starting the game 1-0-1 up 30 CS. He's now 1-5-1 because of those 2 ganks and because of Renekton's build. So that's really smart. I get the dragon. I don't really need Bumhunt here, but we know it's warded. And so I said, this is warded. We might need some coverage, but again, I don't know. It really wasn't necessary. But I call for help when I do dragons because I get nervous. So we have a really big lead now. But important thing to notice with our team comp is we have Renekton and a Cyan, both who fall off late game. And they have a Sivir, who's really good late game, Yasuo, who's good late game, and Ori is good late game. Obviously, Lee falls off, but it's not that big of a deal. So now they're pushing up mid. I think I have a lot of money on me. I don't have my Zonias completed yet, but I do a good bit of damage. I think I have enough money for Zonias if I back, but I can't because I don't want to give up this turret. I'm afraid of getting thresh hooked if I step up here, so I just kind of wait and push them off. And so there's so much pressure on the top lane. Like, they have to keep roaming up this way. They have to keep being near here just because Renekton, he's now has a red buff. He's just a monster. And there's nothing Yasuo can do. Even with the armor shred on his ult, it doesn't matter. Renekton's got Ninja Tabi. He's got another giant spell. He can't be killed. Like, they need 3 people to kill him when his ult's up. So Bumhunt's sitting on a ward, just chilling. They're looking at him, saying, "Hey Bumhunt, how you doing?" And he's just hanging out. Caitlyn, she is farming okay. She's ahead of Sivir in farm, but Sivir's really caught up. And so Caitlyn's still a little bit ahead of her, but you'll notice that their items are really, really similar. So Sivir and Caitlyn are kind of equal. They're both not that strong. They both don't do that much damage. But the Ori's pretty strong. Yasuo is pretty farmed, so I'll give him that. But overall, our team is way, way far ahead. So I back. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. I think I'm waiting for Zonias. I buy Zonias. I buy a green ward. Look mid. Not much going on right here. And I'm going to come down into the mid lane. The laning phase is just about ended. We've ended it. We've taken 3 tier 1 turrets. It kind of ends the laning phase because they can't stay around there, otherwise you get a lot of pressure on the map. So I'll come around here. Lee uses his ult on... Or he didn't ult Caitlyn. Caitlyn need back. So we're up here. Yasuo has to come down, otherwise we're just going to take this tower. I have Zonias, so I can tower dive really easily. So we set up a little bit of a siege here. Again, Renekton, monstrous, will sit up front. I am really strong. Bumhunt is okay damage right now. And so we're going to sit here and kind of dance back and forth. We don't really have the poke other than Caitlyn, and our Caitlyn isn't very good. We've determined that our Caitlyn is not very good. We can't really rely on her to poke effectively. You know, we're going to have to rely on Renekton, Sion, and me, and Morgana is okay. to win the game. So we get a bind here, but the wind wall's up. It blocks, you notice, even blocks that Q from Caitlyn. It blocks all the abilities. It's really hard to capitalize on the bind. I want to stay back, because if I get hooked and blown up, that's really bad. Even if I get hooked and burn my Sonias, it's terrible. So I'm standing right here, because I want to ult. I have flash up, so I can ult, flash over like this. I think there's a ward in this bush. Oh, I thought there was. But we're just continually sieging. And it's just not getting much done. The lanes are pushing our way. My blue buff is up. And we're kind of just sitting here wasting time. And stalling is good for the enemy team. So Caitlyn gets away there. Bumhunt's warming up. But, yeah, not much is going on here. So we ping the top lane, the bottom lane, and we back off. Now, things start to get a little ugly here because we spread out. They're still pushing as 5. We've got Sion. He was going to roam top. Now he's coming back. Caitlyn's going bot, and she's not coming back. So we have 4 people here. Lee Sin... Here, let me back up, sorry. Here's where the fun starts. So they're standing here in this bush. She has no mana. She's at half health. She's walking away. She's at 3/4 health. Sion's full. But Lee Sin sees her, gets on her. Nice black shield. I fear Lee. Lee gets really greedy here. Comes in. I block the Q. I fear him. Oh, I don't have fear of him. I get him. And so I get Lee. Now let's reverse and show you what happened in the mid lane here while that was going on. So he comes down. Now we have Renekton's alone. He's strong, but he's not that strong. He gets locked down. Now, notice he's doing a lot of damage to the team, but he gets Ori ulted. He comes in. Then Sion gets hooked. So now Sion's 4v1. He tries to get Ori. Ori's got the biggest shield. So now she is dead. And whoop, whoop, whoop. Then the fun happens. So they see me kill Lee down here. Even if Morgana dies, it doesn't matter. They see me kill Lee. They're low. And they're all grouped under this turret. So there's a Fiddlesticks. They should know my ult's up. They should have enough knowledge to know that. They're low. This is one of the most obvious Fiddlesticks ult positions in the game on this tower. So they come up here. They have a couple options. They can all group up and hit the tower, which is not a good one. They can spread out and hit the tower, which is still not a great one. Or they can toss a ward over the wall. Then keep going. And if you don't have a ward here, you really can't do this because bad things happen. And here's what happens. So I come over. I see the ult opportunity. And there I am. I kill one. I fear this one. I get that one. Quadra kill. Unfortunately, you'll see I flash. My flash isn't that good. So I come over. I flash to the left because I wanted to get center positioning. But if I had flashed to the right, because I think I had her. If I had saved my flash and then flashed here, E-Q'd, I would have had the pentakill. And I was really sad about it. I was very, very upset that I didn't get that pentakill. And I just chase him haplessly, hoping that he'll just be stupid and try and recall somewhere. But he isn't. He runs the whole way back to his base. You should have heard me invent. I was very upset that I didn't get the pentakill. Because I've never had a pentakill in Fiddlesticks, and I'd very much like to. So that's really good. We're ahead, but we're not like... It's not like we have a 10k gold lead. I mean, we have 6,000 gold lead at 22-minute mark. So that's pretty darn far ahead. I pick up blue. I take the wolves. I have a lot of money right now. Still haven't back. So things are happening mid. They're still pushing up. But while this is all happening, Monster is up in the top lane. We don't have Caitlyn, but whatever, Caitlyn doesn't do anything. We get Ori ulted. I die. Bad positioning by me. I shouldn't have been out there. Now we're in trouble. Bumhunt runs in. Caitlyn comes running in from the side, and obviously, nice flash, but gets away. But we're going to have to give up this turret as a result. I should have backed... Yeah, Caitlyn's going to die. I should have backed right after the fight rather than keep farming. And we're going to lose 2 mid turrets. It's really bad. We're not going to lose the top turret. We are going to get the top turret, rather, but Orianna is able to safely back, and we're not going to get inhib. We lose 2 turrets for 1. And this turret is it's much more important than this turret. Thankfully for us, they overstay. I don't know what they're thinking. We have 4 people up. Sion blows up Lee Sin. She pops her ult for some reason and runs forward. I think we just barely missed a stun here. We really could have picked her off. But now they're all low and running away. So they're running away. Yasuo's low. Lee Sin is dead. Thresh has to back. So this is a Baron for us. We're really strong. Renekton has his ult, so he can ult on the Baron, which he does. Takes it down really fast. We have to be afraid of Ori ult, but not that afraid of it. So we take down the Baron. I decide not to take the Baron because Renekton and Sion can, and I am the most fed member of our team. So I don't want to tank the Baron and get my damage reduction. We get a 50% damage reduction, so I asked them to tank the Baron instead, even though I lose health. Ori's over here, so he's going to try to interrupt it. She ults me to interrupt my drain, which is smart. Unfortunately, she then gets blown up by Sion and Caitlyn. I get the smite. He goes flying over the wall. Good ult spot here, so I can jump over, ult him, and I'm going to get the Yasuo, and I'm going to... Wow, okay, here's where the fun starts. It's because Bumhunt, despite at the end of the game doing less damage than Renekton, Fiddlesticks, and Caitlyn, he starts the KS train here and takes all the glory from the game. Now he plays really well in team fights, locks people down, and he finishes people off. It's like an Aurelia jumping around. Like Sion obviously don't get resets, but make sure we lock down the targets at the end of the game. So we're able to get this turret here. We kind of took our time coming over here. We can't get the inhibitor. We think about it, but we decide not such a great idea and back off because they're all up. Bumhunt is coming over. We do have the Baron regen, which does let us hang out here, so we do hang out for a little bit. Thresh comes running down. Doesn't accomplish much. Lee misses his cube. Morgana's not in a great position, but she uses her active on her Spell Thief's Edge, or whatever the heck that thing is called, to slow him down. So we back off here. Decide to pick up the dragon and move down here. Caitlyn is very precariously positioned. She can get Yasuo ulted if she gets hit by a tornado, but she doesn't. So I go get the dragon. The enemy team is pinging their top and bottom lane and dragon. They know I'm doing dragon. The lanes are pushing their way, so they're gonna come and try. Bumhunt's backing right now. He's got double us. He decides not to. Caitlyn gets caught walking over. Hang on, I'm gonna see that. So I'm doing the dragon right now. Caitlyn's walking over. She walks over a ward. They ping her. They see her. They see Sion. I don't know why. Just walk down here. So she gets caught. Really not a big deal. She doesn't do anything anyways. I come over. The fear bounce gets Lee Sin. Or no. Sion gets Lee Sin. The silence bounce does a lot of damage. I start doing the dragon again. At this point I say, I really want to finish this dragon. I could come up here and do it, but I'm stubborn. So I decide to finish the dragon because I think they're alright. Bumhunt has to flash away here. I have flash up, and I think about flashing over the wall to get them, but I was afraid they would flash away, and my flash is a lot more valuable than anyone else's flash in the game. Because I need it for ults. So we lock him down with the fear and the silence. You can see how strong that is. And we're moving up. Now Bumhunt and I are just steamrolling the game here. We're 2v8 at this point. I mean, Renekton's contributing a lot, but at the end of the game, just I ult, pick up. Sorry, I'll show you that real quick. I come up in this bush. It's not warded because I can tell it's not warded because if they knew I was here, they wouldn't be standing here. So I didn't really have to. And plus, there's no way for them to interrupt it. So I ult. I do flash. So I say my flash to get a kill anyway. I get Orianna. Bumhunt gets Sivir. And we're able to try and pick up this turret. You can see still with Orianna with her Athenes, I don't have a Void Staff yet. I still don't do as much damage to her as I would want to. So Athenes is a good item, but she's tanky with the shield, with the ball shield and everything. So we come up here, we get this. They're just hanging here. They underestimate the Sion Fiddle stun, Sion stun, Fiddle fear, silence, boom, gone. See a nerd. People always underestimate the Fiddle stun. Actually, I play a lot with Bumhunt Sion. I don't think people know what Sion does. I certainly don't. And they don't understand the range in a stun, which is a little bit longer than melee range, and it's really long, and Sion Fiddle combo just locks people down all day. So Caitlyn's putting some damage on here. I think she probably dies as usual. She was really good at dying. Oh, she uses her heal to get away. But that's bad. We want her heal up in teamfights. Morgana's trying to hold top tower. But Caitlyn does die. Like I said, this Caitlyn, not so good. Not so good. But it's okay. So, we move back up here. I think we make the call to push mid. I don't have my flash, but I do have distortion boots. Oh no, actually I didn't buy distortion boots. You're wrong. I'm enormous. I have a void staff. I actually don't have a void staff. I have a death cap rather. I have Sork shoes. I have Zonias. I'm gonna pick up this blue here. Just because it's here and I don't have time to... I wait for Bumhunt to get it, but he just never comes and I just get frustrated and take it myself. Yeah, so I was chasing down Morgana up here. He does a lot of damage and she is going to die. That's not so good, but... What do we don't need her. Bumhunt and I could just 2v5 their entire team, I'm pretty sure. Or at least Renekton, Bumhunt, and I could 3v5. No problem. So we're going to move back down here. Cyan's doing his shield thing. It does so much damage. I let him have this. I don't know why, because I'm feeling nice. And Bumhunt gets caught down here in the mid lane. Does he get away? I don't think he gets away. They burn a lot of flashes for him, so we're running around the map. This is solo queue stuff. Get a little cocky. No one's grouping. People are getting caught. People are dying. I'm thinking about ulting here. Bad ult. They move away. And so Thresh does me a big favor, though, and pulls me into them. It's a really bad ult on my... Well, it's not... Alright, I'm not going to say it's a bad ult, but sometimes you need to predict. Like, so they're moving up on Renekton here. You just, as Fiddle, you just need to think, alright, it's a 3-second channel. If they come up, I'm going to get a lot of kills here. And sometimes you just whiff as Fiddle. It happens. But thankfully, Thresh pulls me into the ult, with the ult, and I'm able to get a kill anyways. Renekton gets the stun on Ori, fear her. You know, she's going to go down. With the attack damage from Caitlyn here, she's got a Phantom Dance and a Bloodthirster. That'll give us the damage to get the turret down. Sivir can't really step up or she's going to get feared and die. She does do a good bit of damage to me, but I'm so squishy. Doesn't really mean much. So we're going to get the inhib here, which is really good. Baron is up in about 2 minutes, so there's no pressure there. Down here, Lee's... I don't really know what he's doing, but he's going to die. So we get out of here top. Caitlyn takes the time to CS and nearly gets caught as a result. I step up. This is a really dangerous spot, because if I get Yasuo ulted, I'm dead. But he overextends. He ults for Renekton. I fear him. Silence bounce. Don't think I get him here. So things are... This is a baby throw right here. Thresh is all over me. He's dropping a Lantern to come get me. But it Lantern's right in for a fear and for Sion. I Zonya, so Sivir can't kill me. And Bumhunt's all over here. Ori's pretty strong. The rest of them are really low. I move up. I get a drain on him, so I stay alive. And Bumhunt blows him up. Now Thresh is just running around, and now it's just Sivir up. He's definitely going to be able to chase her down. He gets her, gets this... Ooh, no. He doesn't get her. He wusses out. So Bumhunt shows he's not a man right there. I definitely would have YOLO'd for it and given my life, but no, it's probably the smart play, because we're so far ahead, no reason to do this. She's got her spell shield up, so she does get away. Does she get away? I think so. Oh, nice nice blind there in Sivir, but she is going to die. However, I think this lets Bumhunt come in. Kill someone. I'm still running around. I don't know what I'm doing. So I scare Lee away. It didn't show the fear animation, but I do think I got it. And we have Bumhunt. He flashes. He's going to get Thresh. We're still chasing Lee. And then Lee decides to duel me. Gets caught in a bind, but even if he didn't, I would have just sat here draining him. And there's nothing he can do to me. And I get them with the last auto. So everyone's dying everywhere. Caitlyn's bottom, and Bumhunt and I are just killing people. I think this is... I kind of get caught over here. And so I'm kind of in an awkward spot. Bumhunt has Zonia's. I do think it goes down, but I ult. I get the... I'm trying to get both, but the Ori just too much MR, so I have to drain her. Caitlyn moves over to KS me, but I pick it up. I don't think... Do I flash? I don't have flash. I just flash. So I can't get her. But I'm moving around the map, just doing a lot of damage. You know, you always want to make sure you're not warded when you're ulting, but when all their cooldowns are down, which I knew there, not a problem at all. So we move over, we pick up this inhib. He gets a stun on him, but he pops his trinket item. If he didn't pop his trinket item, we'd probably kill him. So we get on this. They move up. This is kind of an ugly situation, but Morgana's coming over. I've got a drain. I Zonia's, and the silence bouncing back and forth really did a lot to interrupt them from doing anything. I just kind of stay back here. I don't want to die. We get a nice Morgana ult. Oh, she pulls off the last second, which is probably smart. I come up. I fear the Yasuo, so he can't kill him. I'm draining the Yasuo down. Eventually, I do get Lee Sin, or Sivir, I guess. But we've killed all their most important targets. Caitlyn, for as poorly as she's been doing, she still does damage with Headshot. You'll see the Headshot does a lot of damage. Ori's Flash. She's the only one alive, and we're able to end the game. Sion's coming up for backup, which actually ends up being the case. We end up needing it, rather. So Ori does a lot of damage. We decide to come back here and get the inhib, which is smart. It's kind of insurance that if we get wiped right here, we won't lose, even with the super. So Bumhunt's afraid we won't be able to finish here. Caitlyn's shooting the Thresh. Really should have just focused the turret and then focused down the Nexus. So here, we just need to right-click the Nexus. Caitlyn is CSing at this moment, which is, you know, you gotta get that farm, man. Lee Sin kicks her up. She gets CC'd to death. Literally CC'd to death. And she dies. Everyone else dies. But thankfully, Renekton, my man, stayed true to it and stayed on the Nexus. So hopefully that wasn't too spastic. It was kind of a stomping game. But this is what the experience that Bumhunt and I have had in solo queue recently. Everyone in this game was Platinum 1, Diamond 5, I think. And Bumhunt's on his Smurf, but his main account's Diamond 4, and his Smurf ELO is Diamond, or his Plat 1. So we're playing people that are around that level anyways. And so that's just how it goes. Bumhunt and I play a lot of games together. We synergize well. That's how you should duo queue. Otherwise, duo queue is not worth it. So thanks for watching.